Good evening, and I welcome you to Open Vibes. I'm your host, Demika Eugene, better known as Auntie Wu. She was the life of the party, and
Wonderful.
I love her, and I'm grateful. So this show is dedicated to her. So we're just gonna have a good time.
Yep. Positive vibes only. We're just gonna have a good time.
Yes,
Gonna have a
yes.
good time.
So to kick this off, boy, you bad.
Well,
You,
girl, thank you.
you are bad. I
You know
love it.
what?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I just thank you for even saying that. You know what? I just do things. I don't really just look at stuff to keep up. I don't do things to keep a track record. It's
Mhm.
almost like I do something and I accomplish it, and then it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah, I think it's just who you are. It's your essence. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you've been given these gifts and these talents, and you just make them shine really bright. And I love it.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, we watching. We are watching you.
It warms my heart so much because it's like this day and age. And it's funny. I was just talking to my sister about the things that we would kind of do when we were younger. Of course,
Mhm.
we all got into stuff. We all did things, but I feel like as the generation progresses, it's like it's more out and in your face. It's like
Yes,
they have to worry about all the stuff going on social media.
yes.
Some of our young black are so body conscious now, and they're doing things to their body to fit in. And I'm in the beauty industry, and the beauty is supposed to be enhanced and
Hmm.
not what do I want to say, and not made to make somebody look like something else. It
Augmented. Like,
enhances,
yes.
and so everything is just out in your face in it. And so I'm just thankful because I see so many people that are doing so many things, and I don't
Mhm.
compete with them. I never have been the type to compete with anyone, but I just see
Mhm.
how it could be hard for a certain person who really wants a spotlight and who really want to be recognized and feel like they're not getting anywhere and they're depressed
Mhm.
and they're mad at the world or whatever. So I just thank God that I'm not like that, and I'm just glad somebody can see what I'm doing and inspire somebody, hopefully.
Yes, definitely. I'm a hairstylist and been in it for 24 years.
Yeah.
um,
Uh-huh.
our industry, I love to change the face of it because I'm also a licensed cosmetology instructor, so I teach as well. I've always
Okay.
taught students to encourage each other because in our industry it's always been a competition and competing against each other and almost the crabs in the barrel mentality. So what I'm loving about how we're evolving into a place to where we are esteeming each other, working a little bit more cohesive, and hi-
Uh-huh.
I, I like to highlight other people's gifts because sometimes,
Yes.
in this industry is tough. So you have to really be on top of your game, but also know that this industry is for you and it's your gift. Your gift will always make room for you. Um,
Amen.
so
Yes.
tell us about the Jerome Demonte brand.
Oh wow. Okay, so the Jerome Demonte brand is, like you just said, the gifts that we have. It's basically a compilation of all the gifts that I have.
Mhm,
Um, Hairstylist. I've been doing hair since I was 13.
mhm,
Didn't even really know what I was doing. I just got into it. I had aunts. I have four sisters, and so I just started doing different things. I mean, I just knew it was something I was supposed to be doing. So I
mhm,
didn't know the level I would be on. I just knew that I enjoyed doing hair. I went to school right
mhm,
after I graduated college, high school, and I went to college. I got my license, but I continued on, and I have an education degree.
mhm.
So,
Nice.
um, and needless to say, I'm paying all that stuff back and ain't even using it, paying all them loans back. Student loan people, I am not using my education. Just let's erase the plane like I never went. And like I never borrowed any money from y'all. Let's just clean
Let's
it
just
and no, I'm just it never
come on,
happened.
staff and department of education. You see him out here. Um, so when you
So I
in your
did
dorm
that, and
room, were you doing hair in the dorm?
I'm sorry, said again.
Were you doing hair in your dorm room? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I was. I was doing hair in the dorm room. I started out in my grandmother's kitchen.
Okay.
So I went from the kitchen to the dorm room to salon. Yes, I can hear you. I feel like we're
I feel like it's
freezing up, but I can hear you.
okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Okay. Good.
A little bit. Maybe I need to move or what?
Um. Do you wanna maybe if you leave out and come back in? Am I frozen? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. You guys, can you hear me? If you're watching, can you hear me? Am I frozen? Okay. So I'm gonna wait for him to come back in. There he goes. All right. There you go.
Let's see if this helped. Did that help?
It did. I can hear you. It's still kind of your movements, but I can hear you
Did
clearly.
that help? Or are we
Yes,
still Is that better?
that's much better.
Okay. I just still feel like you're frozen, but if I
Am
can
I?
hear you, yeah.
Can you
Well,
hear me? Okay, I'm
yes,
moving.
I can. Yep, I can hear now. Yep.
Okay, excellent.
You said go. You said go upstairs. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead and let's tell me about the brand. What's the brand? Where's it going?
All right. So the brand itself is in progress. I'm proud of where it's going. It could be a little more, but because I have my hand in so many different things and don't have like a full-time staff or anything, so it's just like I can be all over the place at times, but in a productive way. So the brand is going good. I have new products that are coming out. I have, for those that don't know, I have shears, I have cutting tools, I have razors, and I have all those things. But I have a new line that's coming out for stylists, that may not be really stable with their cutting, or if their hands a little edgy or a little shaky or whatever. I have a shear that has like points on them to like protect them from being snipped and all this kind of stuff. It's a really cool product, and it's some great colors, and they're all vibrant. So once all of this over and we get back to normal, I'll be hitting up the hair shows and doing
And
different
the
things.
schools. Don't leave out the schools because that's a good market.
And the schools. You know what? But I try to reach out, to be honest. I know I'm getting off the subject, but I do try to reach out to different instructors, and I try to go to different schools. I have a good friend named Adrian Tab. Do you know him? He's in our business.
I don't.
Okay, but he's an instructor at Empire. So whenever is it Empire? It's one of those beauty schools that's here. So I try to go and talk with the students and, just encourage them, because I'm all about trying to encourage and let people know that, you have to have a realistic life, and you have to have realistic goals, and you have to plan, write them down, and you have to execute them. So I try to do that. So, and I'm just continuously just trying to get the brand out there. Just trying to make it global. It's a lot of work, but I feel like I'm going in the right direction. And, we work hard to try to get them out and try to get them where different people, not just a certain dynamic of people, just all races of people, just get to our product or whatever. So that's where I am now. I try to stay in contact with, like you said before, having a team of people is really good, especially this day and age. We as hairstylists do have to uplift each other. We have to be team players. If a hairstylist needs something from me and I can devote it and do it and give them the time, then I'm all open to help. Because I feel like in this day and age, you do have to have a team, to be honest, of hairstylists who can get together and do things and work together and run smoothly. Like, it goes so far versus
It
trying to
does.
do everything yourself.
Yes. What I try to let people know, it's enough for all of us. It is
Enough.
more than enough for all of us. Also, Thursday, I'm interviewing Christina Webb. She does the Texas International Hair Show, and it's always huge. So you may want to get in touch with Christina.
I hate to cut you off, but that is a show that's on my list that I have to try to crack into and figure out how to get into it. So if you know her, just get her connected with me, and
I certainly will, because she is doing major things as well, and that show is always packed.
I found out. I found out.
The hair show. So Bronner Brothers. I mean, those styles were lovely. They were fierce. They were flawless. Just amazing artwork. You put the whole package together from head to toe.
Yep.
Wow. So you're into fashion styling and fashion design as well.
That's actually another part of my brand. I have a men's clothing line that I do, like a line of jackets, a line of nice shirts. But they're kind of like fashion forward, if I could use that word. And like sometimes you have certain guy shirts that the women say, you know what, I can wear that, or I can wear that jacket. So I really just like
the top.
I like to have items that you can just get and personalize it the way you want it. I don't like to say it's for a man. I don't like to say it's for a woman. I just like, if you can fit it and it looks good on you and you know how to wear it, then just wear it.
Nice. So unisex.
Yep.
Excellent. I love it.
Yep. So I have that, and then I'm actually trying to work on it's so much that's out, but I'm trying to work on a little wig line.
I saw that.
So that's like my next little. I'm really kind of nervous about it, but I'm gonna try it.
No, I don't. You have it. I saw some of the wigs. I was looking at them. They're nice. They're quality. Now, this is just for me personally. I need some short wigs. I need those short ones that look, nice and realistic. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think it's an avenue that's overlooked, because it's not a lot of people that can make those short wigs look really nice.
Natural. It's true. It's true. So I have I have a couple of those as well. I only did like a little snippet of a preview of some things, but I did order some short ones. But like you said, with the short ones, you do want them to look natural. You don't want them to look wiggy. You want them to look like really late to your face, or just however you want to look, with a little movement in it. So I get it. I get it with the short hair. You want it to look as natural as possible, because everybody just can wear long hair or layer it or whatever. But when it comes to that short hair, you do want it to really frame your face and fit. So that's what I'm working on. It takes time, though. It takes time.
It does. It does. I definitely, whatever you're going to be doing, I'm going to be promoting it and, putting it out there and pushing it forward, because I look at you and I see your TikToks, and you are just creative from A to Z. I love the TikToks. They are amazing. Because I look at this and I say, here's a guy who loves fashion, who loves beauty, who rocks it out. But you're an actor.
I don't know. It just happened all of a sudden. I was doing all this quarantine stuff. I was like, you know what? I was looking at different, because we were talking about getting on TikTok. I'm like, I don't want to get on another social media account, because you have to create a following.
Yeah.
And then sometimes with Instagram, it's hard to get your following up. Sometimes with Facebook, it's hard to get your following up. So I'm like, I don't want to do this. So once I actually got the app and I just started to see little stuff, and I just would do little skits and I would save them. I'm like, I don't know about this, because it's nervous doing something and putting it out there, and it's like see if people gonna like it or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's weird, because the one that went viral was the one that I'm like, this not the one that I would have chosen. But I'm like, okay, well.
But people like different things. So are you writing these skits?
No, okay. So if you're familiar with TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
you go on there, you put in different things that you're interested in, and so many people uh post their own things. So it's just like different clips from comedy shows, from
Mm-hmm.
movies, from whatever that's your childhood favorite. Like you can pretty much find it, and then you just reenact it to how you want to do it. So that's kind of like what I do.
Okay, nice. I mean, we got it down. I mean, the voice is on point, and I'm like, I'm over here rolling, like, look at him. I love it. So in this
Thank you so
industry,
much.
you are welcome. The hair industry. Who has been your greatest influence?
Is there, to be honest, there is no one person.
Okay.
I'll try to be kind of, quick with it. Well, as far as me getting into fantasy, avant-garde, and all the fashion and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
when I was coming along and got into the industry, there was a tour that a guy by the name of Hump the Grinder. That's from Detroit. And do you know him?
It sounds familiar.
All right. Do you know Cool C and
Oh,
Big
then
Bad G?
I did an interview with him about 2 weeks ago. Yes, the
Yep.
Coolsy and we're friends.
Yep.
Yes.
So they don't know me from a hole in the wall, but I used to follow all their work because, to be honest, like if anybody in our race or in our in the black community, they know about 27-piece hair. That's just
Mm-hmm.
was the startup. So they were the people. They were the people who started all that
Yes.
27-piece hair, quick weave stuff. They were the ones who did all of that. So they
Yes.
used to all have like this big stage. This is when Bronner Brothers was like for real the place
Mm-hmm.
to be. They would like get half of the whole back
Right
wall.
there.
Yes. See
Yes.
what I'm saying? And they would do all these helicopters and all, and I'm like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
what are y'all doing and how are they doing it? So I just started following them. And then that around that time, social media wasn't really big, but they did have YouTube. So I would
Mm-hmm.
go to YouTube and try to figure out, what do you use to make hair pieces, to make them stand up, to make them hold up, to make them high, the height of it. So they were my like inspiration for that part of the hair
Nice.
industry, hair game.
Yes.
When it comes to like the TV and film,
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, was just God's grace because I had no idea about anything in this hair industry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did this TV show years and years ago. It was called Hair Battle Spectacular. It was on Oxygen
I
Network.
recall, and do you know how many times I tried to submit for that?
See what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I was on the first season. It didn't last but 2 seasons, but I was on the first season
Uh-huh.
and I didn't win. I didn't win. I stayed for a while because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know at that time people really didn't know how reality TV show went. Like had that show been current and I know all that I know now about reality TV and how it goes, I
Uh-huh.
probably would have stayed on there and I probably would have won. I probably would have won. So, but because it was more of acting, it was more of the drama. I mean, you
The
just
drama.
had to know how to do it, but still
Mm-hmm.
cut it off. But we didn't
Yeah.
know how to cut it off. So if I'm mad on you and mad at you on TV, when the
You,
stuff rap, I'm still mad at you. So
okay.
but that's not how it goes. But that's how we took it back then because they didn't tell us anything. They wanted it to be so realistic, and they wanted to
Mm-hmm.
throw situations at you and see how you act live, whatever. So that's what that's about. So after I got off the show, I had a guy who was a cast member with me,
Okay.
and he was already into TV and film, but it was in LA. It hadn't moved here. It hadn't moved here to Georgia yet. So when it started to move here, he came to work and he was like, "Oh, Jerome, I will be down there, and if I can get you some days on this show." And I'm like, days? I had no idea about any of it. And so
Nice.
that's just kind of how like how my journey started. And then how I knew that I was supposed to be in this industry. I went to see, and I'm not even a TV watcher. I'm not a movie watcher or anything like that. I went to see, out of the blue, I went to see Hunger Games.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? Why am I? So I went, and then I started to see, and it was just so much like avant-garde. It was the stuff that I did, but it was on TV.
And it's the
I
stuff
had
like,
no idea.
yes, like I can do this. Yeah. Nice.
I had no idea about it, and I'd be doggone if when the next Hunger Games came, it was here in Atlanta, and I got to get on that show and work. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
just like, wait a minute, I seen this movie, and now I'm working on it. So I'm like, okay. So that's when I
Nice.
started to get like serious with my career, and because it took a while for me to get off the ground to be a part of the 798 union that's here in Georgia.
Okay.
It took a while. It took a while because it's kind of hard to get into, and you have to
Mhm.
get so many days per year or so many hours and stuff. Then you have to pay to become a part of it. So, needless to say, I did all that. I went through it, and they're just different people in this industry. You know Charles Gregory, right? You know he
Mhm.
passed. He was like,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like a major person.
Mhm.
I took different things from him. I was under him for a little while. He showed me different ropes or whatever. So he
Wow.
was sort of an inspiration. And it's just different people. To be honest, the people that inspire me are the people that I work with every day in this business,
Yes.
because I take something from all of them, especially the
Mhm.
ones that's been there before me and the ones that know about the industry before I got into it.
Yes. No. Okay, there you go. You're back.
Because yeah, I always listen to them, and I just follow what they do and listen to them and just be appreciative of it, because like now nobody's working.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So
but you have set a foundation to where when it picks back up, yes,
yeah,
definitely.
and
So
then
I
what I
no, go
go ahead,
ahead.
I'm listening to no. And so what I also tried to do was create something with my name and my brand,
Mhm.
because I can find some stuff to do. If I need to get in here and make some wigs and sell them, that's what I'm going to do. If I need to get here and make an outfit and parade around in it, because somebody going to want it. It's just I tried to set a foundation with that. I try to take my hard-earned money that I get from this job and try to pour it into my brand. So
Yeah.
if it fails, or if something happens, if this industry up and go away and I can't get to it, I still have my name and people still know me, and I
Yes.
still can get some money coming in. So that's just
Yes.
how I roll.
So these extravagant pieces that you make, the gowns, where does that inspiration come from? I mean, what is it?
Well,
You get something and say, I can make a gown out of that, or a jacket, or I mean, because the pieces are nice.
that's kind of how some of the inspiration goes. But then there are some times where I'll create a storyboard
Okay.
of the things that I want to make, or I'll sketch out something, and then I just kind of go from there. If you look at it, I don't know many people that know about like the drag world or female entertainment. Like I've always
Mhm.
followed them, and I always just see the stuff that they do. Like all the
Okay.
makeup is matching, all the hair is matching, all the clothes is matching, and then like now it's become sort of kind of like mainstream when
Mhm.
since it's been like RuPaul Drag Race or whatever,
Mhm.
and like a lot of celebrities are taking those things that they see from them and kind of making style, like the brown hats, like
Yes.
that's matching, everything's matching, all the print, you got stuff coming up the leg. So it's just that I look at them and I just get inspired by different things. Whatever, I could be somewhere walking down a trail, or I'll see something, I'll take a quick snap of it, and it's just some type
Mhm.
of inspiration that, and I may not, it may be years or like months later before I visit that idea, but I keep it always, and I just go back to it. So,
Nice.
and you
Nice.
just have to you do have to have a creative mind when it comes to that. You got to have
Mhm.
a creative mind or some type of foundation. So I feel like with that, I just can be creative and not just doing regular hair that's in the salon, or not just doing regular hair that's on TV and film. It's just something
Mhm.
creative that and I always kind of just challenge myself, like to see what
Mhm.
I can do, or see if I can push the envelope a little further and do something different. So
Mhm.
I'm just
And
all
that was one of my questions. When you're working on set, do you feel like sometimes that limits your level of creativity?
all right. So yes and no. It depends on what show it is that you're working on.
Hmm.
It depends on just like for me, I enjoy doing period hairstyles.
Mm-hmm.
And with period hairstyling, you have to be true to what it is. Like if it's something from the 20s, we
Yes.
weren't born, we were not born in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all of the research, it's all of the finding out what techniques that they did back in the 20s to get the look, and then
Mm-hmm.
recreating it to look like it was back in the 20s. Because a lot of times those people rolled their own hair. They cut it themselves and they rolled it and they pushed it and styled it. So it's really not about me and my work. It's what I can emulate and make look like it's something from the 20s. And with that, you're still creating and doing
Yes.
something different. So I always try to find some type of way to create something, no matter what I'm doing, you know?
Yes. So what are some of the best ways you've discovered for you personally to build a habit?
To build a habit.
Yes.
And by when you say habit, what do you
Uh,
mean?
let's say like a routine or something for you to do. Because during quarantine, I
Yep, it's
know
true.
it's been kind of like days are almost running together seamlessly. And so to
Yep.
keep, yes. So how what have you done during quarantine to build like this is my routine. This way I know that morning has come, this day has ended. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, okay. There, I've pretty much mastered what to do. There's one thing I cannot get a grasp on is working out at home. I cannot do it.
Me either. I'm terrible at it. The kids are great. My husband is great, but
Not,
I am terrible.
I cannot do it. I'll find myself with a drink in one hand and a dumbbell in the other hand. I'm like, no, this is not how this is supposed to go. So I haven't mastered that. But to answer your question, um, I try to get up early, and I try to have the day planned out in my mind and what I
Hmm.
want to do by a certain time. Just to say, okay, I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to cut out two patterns
Hmm.
and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to have everything done by 12. So I always try to set a goal on whatever it is that I want to do throughout the day because, like you said, the day can get away from you and they're almost like they're running into each other. I
Yeah.
mean, I've sewn so many pieces since we've been out.
Hmm.
So I'm proud of that. I've been making hair pieces. I've been getting orders out. I've been putting product on sale. I've been getting that out. So I'm always trying to do something where I can keep myself in the public's eye, but I'm also still making money, because to be honest, that's what it's all about. When this thing lift up, we do have to have, money to get things back in gear and, just to try to stay on top or whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of like, what I've been doing. Just have a plan as soon as I get up and then I'm just rolling with it.
Nice. But your screen went out. You're
Oh,
black.
did it? Oh,
Yes.
wow. Let me see. There's all kind of stuff going on. It's weird. I saw it. I saw myself not.
Let me see. Okay. Yeah,
Let me
it's
see
still out.
something. Let's see. Is it here? Let's see. Something's coming. There we go. We're
Okay,
back.
there you go. Um,
And I put my phone on airplane mode, so I don't need no calls. Okay.
so
Sorry, but I should have done that earlier. I wasn't even
oh,
thinking.
that's okay. So your resume is beautiful. It's I would say honestly, every hairstylist I know would love to have a resume that looks like yours.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us some of the things you've
Wow.
worked on. I'm just being honest. It's beautiful. I was telling one of my friends, she's a hairstylist. I said, his resume is phenomenal. And sometimes we
Well,
don't
you
know
know what?
because you're in it. So you don't always know what it looks like to other people.
Yep.
So
Yep.
So tell us some of the things that you worked on and some of the people you've worked with and hair you've done.
Oh wow. Okay. So let's start. Let's see. Tell you I do stuff and forget about it. So I'll start with the beginning of my career. I
Mm-hmm.
worked on a TV show called Vampire Diaries and the Originals, and it was about vampires and all that stuff. So that is where I got my start. I did a lot of work on that show. Then I moved
Mm-hmm.
over to like the Tyler Perry shows.
Mm-hmm.
The Medea Halloween, I worked on that show. I've worked on the Have and I really got my big kick when I worked on the Have and Have Nots. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to do Catherine. Her name is Renee Lawless. She is the Caucasian actress.
And let
I
me
did her
tell
hair for
you,
years until I
I
quit.
would say, who did that hair? I mean, I would look at her hair almost every episode and say it is perfectly placed, is absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
I know who's done her hair. I've always loved it.
Look, it was a black man doing it. You should have known.
I could tell.
Uh-huh. You can tell. And then she just has that hair that's so thick. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's almost like you're working on. I mean, she has like a Caucasian texture. It's really lots of texture. It's really full. You can layer
Uh-huh.
it, blow it. So she really has that type of hair. But I did her hair for years on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what other show? What other shows did I do?
Um,
Of course, I did the Hunger Games. I created hair pieces for like the character Effie Trinket. She was like some type of fairy
um,
godmother. Yep, we
yeah.
did a lot of hair pieces for her, and it was just not me, but it was a team of really educated, really talented hairstylists,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Mm-hmm.
all had to work together to get those things going. We were bouncing ideas off of each other, and
Right.
in that moment while we were working, nobody had egos.
Beautiful.
Everybody was just feeding off of each other. I have a
Yeah.
mentor, and I don't know if you guys know her, but she goes by the name of Ann Bray. She's this older lady. She had a
Mm-hmm.
husband named Gary Bray, and if you ever get a chance, look her up. She is amazing. Have you ever heard of the product that's called Aquage?
Yes. Yes.
So the owner is Louise Alvarez, but she is like one of them. She's an older lady, but she is one of like the main um, brains behind all of their looks. That when you see them on those modern hair magazine covers,
Mm-hmm.
all those flowers, all the avant-garde hair pieces, like she is one of them, and she was there working with us. So we were all together, just creating, and just having a good time. I really
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that movie. I worked on that. It's this series that's called Step Up High Water, and Neo
Mm-hmm.
is the star of the show. And
Okay.
that show was really good. There was God, what is her name? Naya Rivera. She was like a childhood actress, but she is like she's still acting to this day. I did her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so a young lady goes by the name of Kendra or Yesenia. She's like a Jamaican girl, and
Okay.
she's like one of the main actresses in the show. I did her hair, and so I'm proud of that because they were like super cool. I enjoyed them. We had a good time. Um, what else have I done? I've done Greenleaf. Greenleaf has had four or five seasons. Out of all those seasons, I only I wasn't there the first season, but all
Okay.
the rest of the seasons I worked on that. Of course, everybody knows I've done Lynn's hair.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much have done all those ladies those main ladies, the two daughters, the two grand girls, the mother, pretty much all of them. I've done their hair. Not saying I've done their hair every day for all seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but I've pretty much been doing their hair. I've pretty
Wow.
much been doing their hair for this show. Yep, and that was an experience. And then I even had to take like the character Charity, which was the daughter. She's actually one of the Winings daughters. That's my
Oh,
friend is from.
really?
Yeah, she's from Muskegon. That's why and I look at her family.
Oh.
I look at her family, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be like a recent era. She was like, oh no, it's not. So
You
that's
know
how I know
what?
about.
Now that you say that, her vibe I see it. I get it. Yes, beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And so I had to create a completely different look for her because if you remember, if anybody's a Greenleaf follower, in the
Mm-hmm.
first season, she just really didn't. She looked like she did look what she was going through, but after she had gotten a divorce and she
Mm-hmm.
had the baby, so she
I
wanted to
recall
just.
her hair was flowing.
Yep. Yep. So I had to create a whole new look. So we just did bobs and natural
Yes.
curly hair, and that was fun to create that. And that was a look that I had to create. So
Nice.
that was fun. So I'm just trying to think of a lot of different other shows. Oh, a big accomplishment that I really have enjoyed, and I didn't even do like the main characters, but
Uh-huh.
we had like a lot of input. We had like a lot of input on what the background and different people was like. Were the two there? Aretha has two shows that she's coming out with. One is called Respect by with Jennifer Hudson in, and
Oh,
then
nice.
the other one is called Genius with Cynthia Erivo.
Okay, I
Is
think
playing Aretha.
is that have I seen a I haven't seen a preview for that yet.
You
Hmm.
should, yeah, you probably have.
Preview out?
You
Yeah,
with
okay.
yeah, Cynthia. Yep. So I worked on both of those shows, and I tell you, it was a lot of work. It
Nice.
was a lot of work. There were days where we had like 600 background people for a
Hmm.
concert and trying to get them out, and it was like so many hairstylists and so many makeup artists. Like that stuff was really fun. It was interesting. Like I said, I didn't work on the main cast, but just to be a part of it because that's history that we are creating. So
Definitely.
it's
Definitely.
yeah, it's very inspiring. So I had a good time with that.
Wow. So
Mhm.
tell us the difference between key hair and key what is it? Key hair and additional
In
hair
the
offset.
department.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so there are different things. There is a department head for the
Okay.
hair department, and under the department head, you have a key hairstylist.
Okay.
Okay. And then under that, you may have like a main barber or a master barber, and then you would have additional hairstylists. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the department head for hair basically runs the hair department. Just as you got a hair department you got a department head for makeup, you got a department head for wardrobe, you got a department head for set decoration. Everything has a department head. So the
Okay.
department head runs everything within their department. All right. So under the department head, you have a key stylist is just like an assistant executive.
Mm-hmm.
You got an executive and got your assistant. So that's the person who really helps the department head stay on task and keep everything running. Usually the person that has the everything designated and ready for the additionals. Just to say if we have 20 additionals that's coming in, their background people, you have to have an additional person to go over and make sure that they're okay because most of the time the department head and the key stylists are dealing with the main talent that comes through the trailer. So that's
Nice.
the difference. You got hairstylists. I mean, you got the department heads, you got the key stylists, and then you have additionals.
Okay. Excellent. So you've
Yep.
been a
Yep.
department head on several of these things.
Yep. I have, and it's been pretty good. Boomerang. I was department head for Boomerang, the show
Yeah.
that's on BET.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
And
worked. I did the
and
sound.
that one is young and hip, and it's I love the feel of it, and I love the hairstyles. I mean, they're fly, so I love it.
Yeah, and I to be honest, I enjoy working on younger shows because those younger people they just come, they have so much energy and they're ready to work and they're just ready to have a good time. Now a lot of them sometimes they just really particular about how they look because they're younger and we're in a society where everything is
Yeah.
visual anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
that was fun. I department head that, and we did a so we if people follow Boomerang, if they go back and look at the first season from the second, we have so much. Like we did this scene to where the character Lala Milan she plays a character, and then we reenacted like the Grace Jones scenes from the movie Boomerang. So we
Nice.
had to just chop her sharp with a bob and all of that. It was fun because we just recreated it. The wardrobe department head had the wardrobe that looks like what Grace Jones had on. It was
Mm-hmm.
just fun to do that and then just to come back and see it all together. So yeah, That was
Nice.
fun. I enjoyed that. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it. So,
Mm-hmm.
where at the end of the day, what's your end game with all of this? What would you like to see from the Jerome Demonte brand at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, what I want to see for my brand is something that's just inspiring to others. You know,
Mhm.
I want people to be able to look at what I have accomplished and how I have accomplished it, and the way I have accomplished it. Like I haven't had to sleep with anybody. I haven't had to down talk anybody. Haven't had to cheat or lie or do something vindictive to someone else to get to where I'm going. I have done any of that. You know, I think if you have just like a divine path
Yes.
and what God wants you on, then it's gonna always be there. We as humans, we just have to realize you do have to be patient sometimes.
Mhm.
It
I,
doesn't
I
mean
want to
be.
go back. I'm sorry. I want to go back to when you said I didn't have to sleep with anybody. I didn't have to trick anybody or be deceitful. That is key right there because I'm actually watching a series Hollywood right now. Whew. And those are true events.
Yeah.
And, and I'm just, and honestly, sometimes that can be so destructive to somebody's character and their dignity. And it strips so much away because you have to climb over people and be aggressive in your nature, and it changes people. And you can't even enjoy the fruit of your labor when you do
No.
those things. So I really appreciate you sharing that and saying that because those are keys right there. Those are major.
Yeah, yeah, and it's true. And I watched a little snippets of that movie as well, and a lot of that stuff is true. It is accurate. They do stuff for TV to make it interesting, but a lot of things has happened, and especially to our black men and our black women, our actors.
Right.
It's all about what you want and what you're willing to do to get there. But it's not. It doesn't have to. For me, I feel like it doesn't have to be that way because if you just have what's for you and what if you have your mind made up to do something,
Mm-hmm.
you may say, you know what, I want this black Cadillac Escalade truck, and you might not, I can't get it this year, I can't get it next year, but if you just keep continuously going and your mind is on that, you're gonna find a way to do it. Just like my
Definitely.
grandma, just like my grandma used to say, you're gonna do what you want to do anyway.
That's it.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
Oh,
happen.
it's gonna
Yes.
happen. So yeah, and I guess I just was brought up to just respect others
Mm-hmm.
and work hard for what it is that I want, and don't take no for an answer. And just when a door closes, something else opens. You just have to know you have to just stay on your path and stay rolling with it. But
Definitely.
I thank God that I haven't had to do anything like that, because if you have to lie your way to the top or you have to cheat your way to the top, I'm pretty sure once you get there you're gonna have to keep doing it. And I just want to do it the right way.
That's it. That's it. I can actually see
Mhm.
your brand going global. Definitely. Because
Well,
you
I
you
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'm speaking it into existence. It's gonna go
I
global.
I, I, re- I receive it.
Yeah, and you're gonna have subsidiaries right up under you, your fashion line, your wig line, your everything that your heart desires because you have the the tact, you have the gift, you have the drive. So I
Yes,
definitely see that.
I definitely have that drive. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, why did you give this to me? But
It's a
I
gift.
take it and I roll with it because
That's
you
it.
have to have a drive. You got to
Yeah.
have a drive.
So if people wanted to reach out to you, get your shears and get your, wigs,
Yep.
how can they reach you?
All right. So there are a couple of ways. I have two sites.
Mhm.
One is www.jerome, Jeromed, as in David, apparel.com. That's for like all my clothing or items that we may have. And
Okay.
then there's my website with my bio and a little about me, and then all of my product for shears, cutting tools, anything that has to do with hair that I have for sale, my wigs. That's where everything is. And that's J as in Jerome, Demonte, DEMONTE.com. So, and then most times if somebody message me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I'm always, I make sure I answer and, stay in contact or whatever. So those are the ways. And my email as well, my first and last name, Jerome, Jerome, Allen,
Mhm.
ALLEN 77 at Gmail. So that's the way you can get in contact with me.
Excellent, excellent. So whatever you want to leave with the people, leave them something and to remember you by.
Well, first, I want to thank you so much for reaching out and just giving me so much positive feedback and just because sometimes we get so caught up in doing things we really don't see what we're creating, how much power we have, or what we're doing.
Yes.
Like I don't stop. Like I do stuff and I don't think about it. But people are always saying how inspiring I am. I'm like, oh, am I? So I want to thank you for realizing that. And if you ever need anything, you make sure you call, contact,
Yeah.
whatever. Stay in contact with me. I appreciate it so much.
I
And
definitely.
I just want everybody to. I know a lot that's going on in this world. I want everybody to stay calm, relax, stay as safe as possible, and continue to work on your gifts that God has given you. Work on it because He's given all of us something. You may not know what it is, and you may not understand it, but you just have to keep rolling, and things will work out for you. So good.
Excellent. Well, you know what? I can't. My mom loves this part, and she said, "Don't take that away." She needs 5 fun facts about you, and then we'll close out after that.
Oh, child. Five fun things about me is I love to go out to a bar and have a good time and have fun. I got to do that. I love to dance. That's another fun thing about me.
Yes.
What else? What is it that I like to? What else do I like to do? I don't know, some other fun stuff. I can be a bit of a me, but dancing is fun. I love
Mhm.
to go out to the bar, hang with my friends. I love to travel,
Nice.
and I just like to do spur of the moment things.
Mhm.
That's a good thing that I like to do. I just like to do spur of the moment things sometimes, and I
Fun.
like to cook. So those
Okay.
are the 5 fun things. Yep, I enjoy cooking.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Okay. What's your favorite dish? You said cooking. I'm a foodie, so.
Okay, so since I'm from the deep south, we always love some good old catfish with some spaghetti
Oh,
and
that
some
sounds good.
coleslaw and some corn and some hush puppies.
Nice. Well, thank you so much. This has been
Thank
fun.
you.
I
Thank
so
you.
appreciate you once again. Thank you for your time because I don't take it lightly. Time is a commodity. So thank
Yep.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
for taking out the time to do this and highlighting us. We appreciate it so much.
you. Oh, you are welcome. Thank you.
Thank
All right. I will be
you.
in touch. Love you. God bless.
Love you. Same to you. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys, that is Jerome Demonte. Reach out to him, shop with him, wigs, apparel. Check him out because he's doing great and positive things, you guys. So that has been our segment of Open Vibes. I will be back on Thursday evening with Miss Christina Webb. She's also a hairstylist and a mogul. So we'll be here at 6 p.m. Thank you guys for spending the evening with us. Have a good night.